in the women's 100 meters for the Budapest World Championships in August.
You heard that. One of the most anticipated events at the World Championships weeks is the women's 100-meter sprint. Although, to be fair, I'm sure people, sports fans especially, are looking forward to all the events in Budapest. Obviously, everyone is, and will be rooting for their bets. Anyway, going back to the 100 meters, it is one of the most looked forward to events since sports enthusiasts have predicted that perhaps this will be the year that Florence Griffith-Joyner's 35-year-old 100 meters record will be finally broken. Now, do you understand why I singled out the women's 100 meters as the event that would be surely talked about after Budapest? That's 35 long years, and no one has managed, close calls not considered, to break Flo-Jo's record of 10.49. As you all know, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Sha'Carri Richardson, along with Elaine Thompson-Herah, are competing in breaking that record. They, among others, are expected to race against each other in Budapest. Whether one of them will get to break Flo-Jo's long-standing 100 meters record remains to be seen. Before we try to gauge whether or not these women are ready for Budapest, let's travel a little back to the past and learn more about today's greatest sprinters' much-coveted 100 meters record set in 1988. It was during the quarterfinals of the U.S. Olympic trials of 1988 when the now 35-year-old 100-meter record was set by Florence Griffith-Joyner, in full Dolores Florence Griffith-Joyner, but simply known as Flo-Jo. There, she set a world record in the 100-meter sprint with a time of 10.49 seconds, beating the old mark by 0.27 seconds and improving her previous best by more than half a second. Fast forward to 2023, exactly 35 years after Flo-Jo set the record in the women's 300-meter sprint, it is yet to be broken. So now, let's talk about two of the strongest candidates, so to speak, believed to be capable of breaking that record that stood strong for 3 decades and a half. One of them is Jamaican athlete Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who earlier this year was named Laurelis World Sportswoman of the Year at the prestigious 2023 Laurelis World Sports Awards in Paris.
Can young girls, mainly the girls from my Pocket Rocket Foundation, to know that there's no limits when you believe what you believe and continue to work hard, continue to inspire the next generation of women to understand that we are strong, we are powerful, and most importantly, we are fearless. So thank you very much.
Shelly-Ann opened her 2023 season at the Jamaica National Championships in Kingston. There, the Mommy Rocket, as she is fondly known, produced an impressive season opener, winning her 200 meters heat at the Jamaican Track and Field Championships. She won her heat with ease, posting a world qualifying time of 22.39 seconds. Meanwhile, double Olympic champion Elaine Thompson-Herah, who missed out on a podium place in the 100 meters final at the Jamaican Championships, did not compete in the half-lap sprint, which means that she would not be at the World Championships in either the 100 meters or the 200 meters. Notably, Thompson-Herah is yet another athlete considered fast enough to have a shot at breaking Flo-Jo's record. But since we won't be seeing her compete in Budapest, only Shelly-Ann and Sha'Carri would be vying for that honor for now. And speaking of Sha'Carri Richardson, unlike Shelly-Ann, who has just opened her season last month, Sha'Carri has had her fair share of wins and losses so far this season. In April, Sha'Carri Richardson was outclassed by Abby Steiner at the Texas Relays 2023. Bouncing back from this, Sha'Carri Richardson ran a blistering 100 meters on her season opener at the Miramar Invitational in South Florida, outshining everyone else. At the event, Richardson, competing in her first individual 100 meters race this year, clocked a wind-assisted 10.57 seconds, 4.1 milliseconds, the fourth fastest time in history. And that is in all conditions of 10.57 plus 4.1 milliseconds tailwind. Notably, Elaine Thompson-Herah ran a 10.54 in 2021, and Florence Griffith-Joyner holds the record with a 10.49 that she ran in 1988.
He ran 1083.
So all conditions, that will be number 4
all time. So only 3 women, 3 times in history in the 100, under any conditions, are faster than what you just saw. So it looks like Sha'Carri Richardson is back, and Paul, we were talking about this off air. What she has to...
Not long after that noteworthy run, Sha'Carri streaked to a 100 meters victory in the first Diamond League meeting of the season in Doha, setting a meet record with a time of 10.76 seconds. Not only was she able to bag a win, but she also beat Jamaica's world 200 meters champion Sha'Carri Jackson, who clocked at 10.85 seconds. Sha'Carri also became the second fastest in the world this year, at the time in the 200 meters when she comfortably took the 200 meters at the Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani, Nairobi, with a meet record time of 22.07 seconds.
Sha'Carri Richardson powering around the bend. Can she convert that into the straight? She looks tall, she looks smooth. Sha'Carri Richardson powers down this track here in Nairobi. She's got 40 meters to go. She celebrates, arms aloft, punches down.
Then, at the first Star Athletics Sprint Series Track and Field Athletics event of 2023, Sha'Carri won the women's 100 meters title, clocking 10.73 seconds in windy conditions. She easily won her heat in Montverde, Florida, and continued her dominant form in the final 90 minutes later. Richardson's winning time of 10.73 seconds came with a wind speed reading of plus 2.6 milliseconds, which rules the performance ineligible for records. After that, Sha'Carri shone again at the 2023 U.S. Track and Field Championships in Eugene, Oregon, which, there, in the women's 100 meters final, Richardson put on a show for Hayward Field, speeding to a 10.82 time to take the title. This win guaranteed her a ticket to the upcoming World Championships. A day later, Sha'Carri put up the fastest time across all four heats, with a time of 21.6 during the opening round heats of the women's 200 meters. However, on the 200 meters final the next day, it was Gabby Thomas who set the 200 meters world lead, clocking at 21.60, a personal best, meeting record, and the fastest time of 2023. Then, in the women's 100 meters at the Silesia Diamond League, Sha'Carri beat the then fastest woman of 2023, Sha'Carri Jackson, a month before the Worlds. Although Jackson looked like she would prevail as she took over from fast-starting home favorite Yua Swoboda at halfway, Richardson stuck to her game plan and held her form to finish strong, going in front just meters from the line to triumph in 10.76. However, it is worth noting that after that, Sha'Carri faced a series of defeats in her next events. On the final day of the USA Track and Field Championships in Eugene last month, Sha'Carri lost to Gabby Thomas for the women's 200 meters USA national title. A few days later, at the 2023 Gyulai Istvan Memorial, Sha'Carri's unbeaten 100 meters winning streak was broken by Julian Alfred. Now, only weeks before the Worlds, all eyes are on Shelly-Ann's and Sha'Carri's 100 meters battle, so to speak. What we know for sure is that there will be intense competition between the two athletes at the event. Who are you rooting for? Speaking of the Worlds, watch this to see how ready Noah Lyles is for the event.